Sorry about that. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Chill Stream. This is Untethered Live. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, coming to you from the internet. What's happening, everybody? How you doing? Are you having a good week so far? It's Wednesday. That means whatever could happen might happen. You never know. Hey, there's a Kevin. Did I get the pics? If you sent them to my email, I did. If you texted them to me, I did not. Because for whatever reason, I can't get text from an iPhone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out the minutes I've already paid for on this phone, and then I'm going to go buy a good phone from a good place and then change my number again, unless I can keep this one for some weird reason. And then I won't have that problem anymore. Just wasted money. Might as well just pee right on it. I'm so aggravated about that whole phone thing. And when people call me, I can't answer the phone. It doesn't give me a button to answer the phone until after it stops ringing. Then it'll pop up and say answer. So I have to call back. And I've been through the phone 3 or 4 times. I can't find a setting that changes that. It's just a defective phone. Faulty, I don't know, programming or something. Anyway, I'll look and see if I got the pics on my email. Let me look. I got email. Esquire. Kevin P. Cox, Esquire. I got you, buddy. I do have them. Let me see what we got here. Boo-ba-doop. I've got a white square. Oh, wait. It looks like it might be downloading. This phone is crap. Can you see that? That's what I got going on. For looking at a picture that I should already have. Oh, there we go. Hey, you're a good-looking feller, Kev. Not at all what I pictured in my mind. I had something entirely different going on. I approve. I pictured you as a fat, balding Jew with longish hair. Sweats a lot. So I'm glad there's you. And there's old Mr. Mustache. Beautiful. That's an adorable baby. I love babies. April looking good as always. 2 hellions. Well, with your permission, I'll post these on Friday. Some nice pictures. Thank you for that. I've been out hunting rabbits. And since I said I was going to film them, they have not been anywhere in sight. Turns out they're wascally wabbits. But be very quiet. I'm hunting a wabbit. Now I'm going to get him and I'm going to blow his brains out. I am hot. The baby is my newest great nephew, Nathan. He's beautiful. Post away. Thank you, sir. I will. I'll share with all 6 of us. Actually, there's more than 6, but I like saying that because it sounds retarded. So how are you guys doing? Are you having a good weekend so far? Or week? Weekend's over. It's been kind of on and off here, raining one day, hot the next day. Not a whole lot going on. You know how it is. I've had more days off this week than I care to have. But sometimes there's just nothing to do. And I'm only partially employed anyway. I kind of like being partially employed. It makes me feel like I don't have a job. Hey, there's a Diego. Are you going to stick with us tonight, buddy? You've been popping in and popping out the last couple of times. And I've tried to ask you about it, and then I never hear from you again. What's going on, brother? I got some pictures to show you of Kevin Friday. If you would like to send some pictures to the podcast, send it to jakejohnsonband@gmail.com. And I'll post them right alongside of the ones I'm going to post of everybody else. If you're into that sort of thing. I've been busy lately. I hear you, brother. I feel like my guitar's not coming through. My guitar is definitely not coming through. I wonder why. I am at the Hyatt in Tampa. I have a 3-day trial in Clearwater. That's why I can't stick around with y'all. Okay. Well, stick as long as you can and come hang out with us when you're not busy. That's fine. And there's videos here that are you can watch any day of the week. You don't have to be here live if you got something going on. I understand. But we miss you and we like talking with you, so you know. Whatever works. How's Tampa looking there, Kevin? I hadn't been there in quite some time. The last time I was in Tampa, I was at Ybor City, going down the wrong side of a bus route and got pulled over. And I tried to put my turn signal on and open my trunk. It was an embarrassing day. Staying here in Mexico until August 19th. That sounds like a good long visit. I hope you're having a good time there, man. I really am. Hope you're enjoying it. I've always been meaning to get down that way sometime in my life, and I've been as far as Texas, but I never quite got any further than that. Lived in Texarkana for a while. Short while. Loved the lakes there. And the logs laying everywhere. Probably don't look nothing like that now. But it was good while it lasted. I think I might have a dead battery in my guitar because it ain't coming through at all. And it's supposed to be. Oh, that's a weird channel. That's what it is. I fixed it. I do know. Where's April at, Kev? Well, you know, if you hadn't seen your family in a long time, it's always good to spend some quality time with them. I don't have much family anymore. Most of my family's dead and gone, and the ones that are still alive I don't care much to talk to, except for the ones that I'm talking to, obviously. And the ones that I care to talk to will come and watch the podcast, so you'll meet them. But the ones I don't care to talk to, they got their own lives. I got my own life. They've never cared about being part of mine, so why should I care about being part of theirs? I am the black sheep of the family. Where's April at, Kev? Not like her to not be here. I know she'll pop in soon. Maybe even might see Great Sky Troll tonight. I don't know, though. He's usually here before I am when he comes. Have you seen this? I don't know if you can get a good look at it because of the green screen, but this is how I'm operating the podcast. There you go. I kind of see it. Whoa, right there's a sports update button. Anyway, I can do all kinds of nifty things. Check this out. This is new. Yep, I got one of those, and I got one of these. Sports update, Kevin Combs. I got one of these. BJ, now I lay me. I can turn that off, turn that on, or turn that back off and put that back on. I like that better. Switch to scene 2. Get real intimate if I need to. That's when I gotta get on somebody's ass. April is somewhere other than here. She should be on soon. Yeah. Great sports update, Jake. Kevin, like always, is our sports guy. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You like what I did for him? I got him a little personalized advertisement, a little stinger to bring him in on his sports updates. I'm working on it. I'm slowly but sure. I can turn my mic off. See, no mic. Turn my mic back on. That way if I have to, cough, I can mute the microphone. And then we got this sort of thing, but I don't think it works very well. Yeah. I need to move all the sounds from this onto my OBS because they don't skip when they're on the computer, but they're on this thing, so it's too much. So it skips. I got to fix that. There's a great song you should check out by Foreigner. It's called At War with the World. I'll check it out. I've probably heard it before. I'm from that era. I don't recall it, though. I will check it out, see what it's like. And we are at war with the world. Or the world is at war with us, one or the other. I guess it's that way because I didn't want no war. 1977, yep, that was around the time I was born. I was born in 74. It wasn't a hit, and it wasn't even a single. Well, maybe I haven't heard it. It might be on one of the backsides of one of those albums. Back when albums was actually albums. They've been using that word like record and albums, and we're going to make a record this weekend. No, you're not. You're going to make some digital stuff. It's not a record unless you put it on wax. Press it. Kind of like how people still say rewind when there's no such thing as rewind anymore. I think this song describes perfectly what's going on right now. I'll check it out. I'll listen to it as soon as the podcast is done. I would play it for you, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. I've been getting a lot of those just for the covers that I play, even though I give credit to the artist and I don't play the whole song, and sometimes I leave a lot of words out. I still get copyright strikes. So, or copyright claims. I don't think it's a strike. It just means I can't monetize the channel. Not that I'm going to. I don't want to monetize my channel anyway. But they still like giving them to me. It is a song on their debut album that includes the hits Feels Like the First Time, Feels Like the Very First Time, As Cold as Ice, A Long, Long Way From Home, You're As Cold as Ice. Yeah, I remember those songs. That Feels Like the Very First Time. I think I've done that song before in a band. To be sure, I've done some Foreigner. Who does that song? It's just a small town girl living in a lonely world. A midnight train going anywhere. Boom, da 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 da, da 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 da, boom, da 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 da, da 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 da. I don't know who does it. It's a good song though. On one of the greatest debut albums in rock and roll history, baby. I don't know. Elvis had the greatest rock and roll album in history. But, you know, I don't expect you to know that. Journey, that's it. Don't stop believing. Well, I was asking who sang it. I didn't say Foreigner sang it because I don't know who did it, but now I do. Journey. Another great song by them is Double Vision. She's got double vision. I remember that song too. You know another good song? BJ, now I lay me down. Pirates of the Mississippi. I'm just kidding. It's the only song I got at the press of a button, so. Was that not the same Double Vision? Hot Blooded. I think I've heard that one. Yeah, see, when I grew up, I was listening to a lot of Merle Haggard and Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash and things like that, Willie Nelson. And then Garth Brooks and George Jones and Alan Jackson. That was the big thing when I was a teenager, was like that kind of country music. Alan Jackson and Sawyer Brown, all those kind of guys. Yeah, it's on the same album. Gotcha. I didn't really get into classic rock at all while it was happening because I was too young. I was like 2 years too young to appreciate it. And I didn't really get into music until Guns N' Roses came around, and that's really my entrance into rock and roll was Guns N' Roses, Poison, those kind of guys, Whitesnake, Rat, Megadeth, Metallica. I didn't learn about real rock and roll until I was an adult. And then I became educated, and I got some Elvis in me. I knew about Elvis, but I didn't really appreciate him back then. Because I was an idiot. You just can't beat some good old Elvis Presley. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you. Oh. Man, I wish I could sing like I could when I was 18. I'd have blown that out of the water. Can't do it anymore. I guess I'm lucky to be able to sing at all. 2 collapsed lungs, pneumonia, and COVID-19, and I'm still going. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know why can't you see what you're doing to me? When you don't believe a word I'm saying, we cannot build our dreams on suspicious minds. We cannot live together, baby, on suspicious minds. There's an old friend I know, oh, stop by to say hello. Oh, can't you see my tears are real? I'm crying. Don't you know? Why can't you see what you're doing to me? When you don't believe a word I'm saying. Oh, let our love survive. I'll drop those teardrops from your eyes. Don't let a good thing die, oh no. 'Cause you know, honey, I'd never lie to you. Not much anyway. Yeah. We're caught in a trap. Oh, can't walk out. When you don't believe a word I'm saying. Don't you know I'm caught in a trap? Can't walk out. When you don't believe a word I'm saying. Don't you know I'm caught in a trap? Can't walk out. When you don't believe a word I'm saying. Little Elvis Presley for you. Great song, great music. That guy never did an original song a day in his life and made more famous than any other human being ever. He never left the country, not once, other than going to war. I mean, he served his little time in the army, in Germany. But in his musical career, the only place he ever went was Hawaii, and that's in America. So he never left the country. But you can go to Angkor Wat, Cambodia. You can go to the Congo. You can go to China. You can go anywhere on the planet and draw an outline of the front half of his body and go, "Who's that?" And they'll go, "Elvis Presley." That's power. That's fame. Nobody's that famous except him. And even to this day, he's been dead a long time, since 1976. Almost as long as I've been alive, he's been dead. And every artist that comes out got a little Elvis in them. And if they don't, they'll tell you straight up they'd like to. They'd like to have a little Elvis in them. Everybody wants to be Elvis Presley, including and especially, but not limited to, me. Now, I am old and beyond my years musically. I'm never getting famous, I know that. I'm not trying to. But there was a time when I was close to it and I could have, and I wanted to be Elvis. I didn't want to be Elvis. I wanted to be like Elvis. I wanted to be me, but with Elvis's fame. That was a pipe dream. But life had other plans. I'm one of those ones that, didn't make it. Could have made it, but didn't. For whatever reason. Here in Mexico, rock is worshipped besides mariachi. Really? I did not know that. I thought that mariachi was all the thing. All the Mexicans I've ever seen around here, you get a radio with them and they're playing that, what do you call it? Polka, with the squeeze boxes. All the Mexican restaurants and all the job sites, they all got that kind of music playing. So I kind of figured that was the national thing for them. Like Mexican pride or something, Like, I don't know, like listening to the Star Spangled Banner for us or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to compare because we don't quite have the same exact thing. I guess we do. Like, mariachi's kind of like folk music, right? It's kind of similar. It's held on to. It's appreciated by the older people. And refuse to let it die because it's good stuff. They just don't make artists that tell good music, tell good stories anymore. Mariachi comes from the state I'm living in, Jalisco. I didn't know that either. Congratulations. It's a good state to live in, I guess. Good heritage. Many Mexicans were enraged when Trump lost. Yeah, not that that has anything to do with rock and roll, but I know, and I know why too. Because they're patriots. They're good, hardworking American Mexicans. And they don't like that shit when people can come in and get it for free when they had to work hard to get it. I've talked to a couple of them, and they're like, "Hey, I did everything I was supposed to do. I paid all the bills, and I did all the little tests, and I went through all the rigmarole and the red tape, and I went to all the court dates, and I got in, and I'm a citizen, and that sumbitch needs to get kicked out because he just crossed a river." I'm with you. Not only do I wish you would stay here because you're smart, you're hardworking, and you're a good person, but I'll band with you to get that guy out of the country. And, most of them are Christian. There's some that aren't, but most of them are. Or some form of Christianity. It's not exactly the same kind of Christian I am, but they grew up in a different world, so. I think theirs is based on some kind of Catholicism or something. I've seen a few things. Like they mix it with other things, you know what I mean? There's some Catholicism in there, there's some voodoo in there, there's some Eastern Islander kind of stuff in there. But it's still, they worship God, and that's good enough for me. I'm not by any means against people coming to this country. I think that's the beautiful thing. That's why this country exists. That's what separates it from other countries. But there's a right way and a wrong way, and everybody knows that. And it's just political propaganda that makes people try to hate other people and try to put words in other people's mouths. They're right now trying to convince America that Republicans or let's say white extremists, what do you call them, white supremacists, are responsible for the crime in Chicago. That's what they're saying on the news. That's ridiculous. It's retarded. Every time there's a gang hit, white supremacy had nothing to do with that. We Mexicans wanted Trump to win because he is pro-family, pro-life, and pro-decency in society. Amen. Pro-economy, and we are Christians who love God and the Bible. Nothing the leftists God haters. Amen. I'm with you, brother. Biden is a bloodthirsty child murderer. Well, he's a child toucher for sure. Child sniffer. Weird. I don't want Biden to sniff my kid. If he does, I'll flip my lid. It's high time we got rid of those Democrats in the White House. How about that? I need to write that song. It's a good one. How you guys doing? There's 5 or 6 of you here. Talk up, speak up, tell me who you are. Say hello to everybody. Don't be shy. I won't bite hard. Republicans are not racist. Many Mexicans are waking up and realizing the hypocrisy of the left. The left does not care about us. They hate us. Amen. You know, the real racists, if you look back in history and do a little research, you'll find out that the real racists are and have always been the Democrats. They were racist back then. But at the beginning, they were racist during the civil rights movement. They were racist during the Jim Crow stuff. They're the ones that did all of that. And then they preached this, oh, the parties flipped. When? When did the parties flip? Can you point to a day? Because I don't recall that ever happening. Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. Same kind of Republican I am. He believed in the same things I believe in. He had the same moral values that I have. Life was a little different back then, and shit worked a little different, but basically he was fighting for the same thing I believe in. So explain to me when the parties flipped. They didn't. Don't believe that. Don't fall for it for a second. That's not true. The truth is Hillary Clinton cared a whole lot about that guy in Goldwater, and that guy in Goldwater was the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That was her mentor. She talked about it on live TV. And also that Byrd guy that was in Congress for a while was another Ku Klux Klan member that she was very fond of and had lots of power. Democrat. They used to call them Dixiecrats, the ones from the South. You know, hard-working Dixiecrat. That's nothing that I'm accustomed to. I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia. I'm as deep South as you can get. I'm from Georgia, and I grew up in Florida. You don't get more Southern than that. And I didn't see any of that shit when I was a kid. And I grew up during that time. When the hate started is when Obama got elected. That's when the hate started. Before that, the top 5 artists on television and on the radio were black, and all the white guys called themselves wiggers and were dressing like them. And everybody got along, and they made jokes about racism, and it was funny to an extent. You know, it's not a funny matter, but they did talk about it peacefully amongst each other. You know, it was not too touchy of a subject. It was just something that happened in the past that didn't affect any of us because we weren't there and we don't know anybody that was there, and we're not directly related to anybody that was there. Maybe somewhere way down the line, but that doesn't affect us or our lives. And we knew that in the 80s. It was in the 90s when Bill Clinton got in office that all this started, and it was perfected by Obama. And then that's when all the race baiting and the dividing of the country started happening. When I was a kid, we were patriotic. All of us, Democrats, Republicans, they were called liberals back then. Liberal-minded, you know, open-minded. That's what it meant. Nothing else. There was no extreme right wing and extreme left wing. There was Republicans who were conservative, and there were Democrats who were liberal. And that's it. And all of us agreed that America is the shit, and we all love being here. No matter what our differences were, we could agree on that. The country itself unified us as a country, as a nation. We need to get back to that because that's what matters. And that's what mattered then, and it's what matters now. Just the Democrats have done a good job of pulling the wool over all the young people's eyes, and they don't know any better. They think the world started in the year 2000. Bill Clinton, liar, cheater, and sexual creep. Yes, sir. They never wanted Sloppy Joe in office. No, they didn't, but they got him somehow. Because it was him or Trump. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Trump didn't go to Mexico and run for president. Don't y'all have it like an American president? Or did have it one time? Hillary, the Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, the West Wing. The Wicked Witch of the West Wing. I don't know why nobody ever made that joke. That's hilarious. And perfect. Hey. My computer's wanting to go on a screensaver. I need that thing. Hey, Kev, where did you go, buddy? No Kev, no April. I don't know what to do with myself. It's just me and you, Diego, and the other 3 people that don't talk. Well, I said, friend, don't take her, she's all I've got. Please don't take her love away from me. I'm begging you, friend, don't take her, she's all I've got. She's everything in life that I'm ever gonna need. She is love. She's all the love I know. She could kiss the ground in the winter time and make a flower grow. I'm begging you, friend, don't take her, she's all I've got. Please don't take her life away from me. Let me tell you now, friend, don't take her, she's all I've got. She's everything in life that I'm ever gonna need. She's my finger when I wanna feel. She's everything in life to me that's really real. She's the one. She's the one I know. She could kiss the ground in the winter time you, friend. Don't take her, she's all I've got. Let me tell you now, friend. A little Johnny Paycheck for you. Get your blood boiling a little bit. The LGBT video you showed us made me angry. Made me angry too. That's why I showed it to you. I got more where that came from. Believe me, I'm just kind of holding back a little. I don't want to get, censored or censored or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to lose my channel, so I'm just trying to go slow. Hey now. It's a good cup of coffee. I'm enjoying it. Had a long day at work today. Lots of screen cleaning. Screen printer. You'd be surprised how much goes into making a t-shirt. Saying they convert the children. Oh, I know. I did everything short of putting the lyrics on the screen, and I stopped it every time they said something like that and corrected them. They are blatantly, and there's more. That's just one thing. There's more people in more places coming out and saying things of that nature. And I'm telling you, it's terrifying. And also, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but I am the living embodiment of that statement. They did come for my children and they got them. So I'm especially angry about it. Now it's just finally, it's relieving to hear someone else saying it out loud so I don't sound like a weirdo and a maniac for saying it. Because I got the feeling that a lot of people didn't believe me. But now they're seeing it. Now they know. And knowing is half the battle. But as usual, that stuff wasn't mainstream when it happened to me. It was kind of in the background, and a lot of people thought that I was lying about it when I said it happened. But it happened. I actually lost friends over that deal because they thought I did something I didn't do. Turns out it was political the whole time. We are being attacked by evil through his servants, through the evil one's servants. That's a fact. And it says as much in the Bible that will happen, and it describes exactly this event. It calls them the locust army, the LGBT and the other, individual colors matter, and, this sort of thing. We are indeed at war with the world. We are indeed square in the middle of the tribulation. That's a fact. It's been going on for some time, and it's got some time left to go. And my friends, it gets worse before it gets better. Be aware and be ready. What you need to do is gather around your community. If you don't have one, you need to join one or build one. Get a community. Get some people you trust, people you know, people who are friends who are like-minded, and start growing some vegetables. Get some chickens. Learn how to live without so many things. Learn how to put your phone down because there's going to come a time when you can't use it. And there's going to come a time when you won't be able to buy or sell anything unless you've been vaccinated. That's coming. It's right around the corner. Trust me, write it down that I said so. I do not know, nor am I suggesting that this is the mark of the beast, but I do believe it's a type of the mark of the beast. It's just one more step in that direction. It's one more of those kinds of things that are going to happen in this world. And it will come a time you won't be able to board an aircraft or a public transportation. You won't be able to go into a grocery store or pay your bills or have a bank account or anything like that unless you can prove that you have the government drugs in you, the ones that kill most of the people that take it. Not most of them, but some. Enough that it's alarming and nobody's talking about it. They're kind of pushing it aside. Yet 5 governors and senators that flew from Texas to stop actual democracy so that laws can't be passed in Texas, 5 of those guys, girls, have COVID and they're fully vaccinated and they've made other people sick in DC. So something's wrong and nobody's talking about it. If they're vaccinated, how did they get sick? And how are they transmuting it to other people? I thought that was the point of vaccinations. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. I'm influencing friends and shaking babies. They are trying to make us lose our freedoms little by little. They're not trying, they're succeeding. And if we don't do something about it, if we don't stand up, take a stand, we're not going to have any freedoms to defend. Write that down that I said so. It's important you know it. It's important that you recognize it and reconcile it in your mind. We're coming to that point. There's going to be a very soon change of events that'll make it where we no longer have the rights to be Americans. The rights that we grew up taking for granted because that's just the way life was. And as long as the people in power agreed with it, then we had it. Well, now that they don't, it's slowly going out the window, and it's happened in less than a decade. That's how fast it takes to dismantle a country, less than a decade. And we've got almost a century of history behind this country and the way we know it. Less than a decade. 4 years it took to dismantle America as we know it. And right now it's very precarious. We have no idea which way it's going to go. So there is some hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There are people waking up. There are people fighting back. There are people taking a stand. But I think it might be a little too late. It may be that there's nothing we can do about it. But we should have done something about it when we could have. The first time it reared its ugly head, we should have stamped it out right then and there. But we didn't. We complied because we're all trying to do the right thing. And sometimes the threat of the right thing will allow the bad guys to sneak all the bad stuff in right up underneath us, and we won't even know what's happening because we're all busy trying to do the right thing. And they'll play that card. Here in Mexico, many preachers and priests and religious leaders are speaking out against the vaccine and calling it an experiment. It is an experiment. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. They're making it up as they go along. All you have to do is listen to their leaders talk to know that. They're guessing it, all of it. And I'm telling you, I told you when it first came out, and I'll tell you again, there's something else going on underneath this vaccine thing. That vaccine is a cover for something. I don't know what, and it's probably going to be 10 years before we find out what it is. But I'm telling you, there's something else going on. There's another reason they're pushing so hard to get everybody to take that vaccine. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's evil or if it's, practical. It might just be something to do with that 5G business. I mean, it does affect your RNA. It does change your DNA in some fashion, the vaccine. And all the conspiracy theories talk about how 5G corrupts your DNA. And it could be a safeguard against that. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I just know that it's not normal for a government to try to push so hard for people to take a drug they don't want to take. And the more they push, the more concerned about it I become, and the less I want to take it. If they'd have just put it out there and said, hey, if you want to survive COVID, take the vaccine, and then said nothing else about it, I'd have been the first one in line to take it. But because of the way they did it, the way they pushed so hard, it makes me feel skeptical, and I don't like it. I don't like being pushed into something I'm not comfortable with, especially since it rolled out so fast. I know they didn't have time to test that or to, do any long-term studies to see what the overall effects would be. They're just guessing. They don't know. Nobody will say that out loud, but it's the truth. Rant over. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I know nothing. I'm sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean it. Just don't take my channel away. No, I'm just kidding. I mean it. Pay attention, folks. The world's getting hard fast. Kevin, where'd you go, buddy? Did you leave me? Did you leave me for somebody hotter and younger? That's all right. I probably would have too. Smell of your perfume floating in the air, looking like an angel lying on a blanket with a halo of hair, and those lips too good to be true. Once I taste that kiss, I know what'll happen. I'll be at the mercy of you. If I fall, will you let me down easy? If I leave my heart with you tonight, will you promise me, girl, you're gonna be alright? I'm barely hanging on. If I fall, will you let me down easy? Thank you, Diego. I try, buddy. I'm just doing what I do. You derailed me. I was doing good till you complimented me, and I don't know what to do. I appreciate it, though, man. I've been trying real hard to get the message out and, do my part. I've always said that if you can't fight, you can carry bullets. And if you can't carry bullets, you can make sandwiches. I'm making sandwiches as hard as I can. had some great food today. I had some great food today, too. I stopped at the little Mexican truck and bought me one of those big old Mexican chicken sandwiches. It's got everything on it, guacamole and sour cream and lettuce and tomato and hot peppers and, little chunks of chicken. And they make their own bread, and it's all soft and fluffy. And, Jesus, that's a good sandwich. Costs $11, but it's worth it. Good sandwich. Hey, there's an April. I was beginning to think you didn't love me anymore. April, where you go today? I thought you was gone away and wouldn't come back to watch my show no more. April, where'd you go today? I thought you had run away and would never come to see me again. These boots are made for walking right on you. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. We had some delicious grilled steaks on the grill with onions and peppers and with the tortillas and the quesadillas and the beans. I was gonna run far, far away, but I would have stopped by to see you. Well, that's good. Don't run away. I need you. Well, I was driving down Georgia in late July on a day hot enough to make the devil sigh. I saw a homemade sign, it was written in red, Ryan County Watermelon Festival ahead. Well, I wasn't in a hurry, so I dropped by to this one-horse town in a little bitty sky. Well, you got 100 gallons of sweet red wine made from the biggest watermelons on the vine. Help yourself to some, obey the law. If you drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl. Woo-hoo. Let me tell you, it has been one hell of a day. Long, wet feet day. I'm glad to be home hanging out with my homeboys. And girls. I'm good. It's hot. I'm late as usual. It's so freaking hot outside, like humid mode sucks, right? I hear you. It was no accident, me finding you. someone had a hand in it long before we ever knew. I know I don't deserve a treasure like you. There really are no words to show my gratitude. So I tip my head to the keeper of the stars. He sure knew what he was doing. He joined these two hearts. I hold everything when I hold you in my arms. I've got all I'll ever need, thanks to the keeper of the stars. Wow, that's really high. Hey, Great Sky Troll. Hey, hit that like button, folks. Well, since you said it, I'll just go ahead and do it. How about that? Hey, folks. Won't you hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be here? Reach out and smash that like button. Just rub on it, press it a little, tickle it, flop it from one side to the other. It likes it, it's free, costs you nothing. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me. Hey, conform with yourself. As long as you're thinking, that's what I want you to do. Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into the family. Make them part of the fold. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And if you really want to help out, and you want to tip the musician, and you like what you hear, won't you take a moment and go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps, and I greatly appreciate the support. It's a blessing for me. It's a blessing for you. It's a win-win all the way around, and God notices these things. So take a moment and do that if you would, please. And with that, I will take any more of your questions and comments you might have going on. Let's see how far we got towards the end of that video. Now, I'll just stop it. How about that? That works out. I made it a little long, but hey, what did you think of the new digs? I'm stupid late. Storm knocked out the internet, and I'm still the first like. Well, thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate you having the first like. Even though there's 5 other people here that could have pressed the like button, you did it. So you're the man, and I'm grateful. Thank you. Anyway, where was I at? I forgot. That's okay. April's here. Have you seen April? That was a Tracy Bird song I was singing too, by the way. One of my favorite voices in country music. Very underrated and did not do nearly enough for my liking. Most welcome and most moist. I'm a little wet. Woo. Hi, April, says Great Sky Troll. And Diego. And Kevin's here somewhere. He just isn't talking anymore. He was here. I don't know if he's still here. He left me. I'm sure I'm glad you guys showed up. I was getting antsy. I was beginning to think you didn't love me anymore. But, yeah, last. I do that to people. Thanks for hitting the like button, though. Maybe you'll start a trend. Just because you were the first guy, I'll play a song just for you. You know a dream's like a river, ever changing as it flows. And a dream's just a vessel that must follow where it goes. Trying to learn from what's behind you, never knowing what's in store. Makes each day a constant battle, just to stay between the shores. But I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wing. These waters are my sky. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. Too many times we stand aside, let the water slip away. What we put off until tomorrow has now become today. Don't you sit upon the shorelines, say you're satisfied. Choose to chance the rapids, dare to dance that tide. 'Cause I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. There's bound to be rougher waters, and I know I'll take some falls. With the good Lord as my captain, I can make it through them all. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. Till the river runs dry. Little Garth Brooks for you, just for you. Congratulations. You're the first contestant on The Price is Right. The Cost is Wrong. That's the new show. What you want to talk about? Lay it on me. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome. VJ, now I lay me. Let's see here. I'm in a funky mood tonight. Not bad, just unusual. Wanna be your beast of burden. I forgot that song. Wanna be your beast I wanna be a beast of burden. Got me hurting. Wanna make love to you. I'll never be your beast of burden. You got me crazy. You got me hurting. All I wanna do is make a sweet love to you. Am I tough enough? Am I rich enough? Am I hard enough? True enough for me to see? I wanna be your beast of burden. Maybe one day I will learn the words, and I really know how to sing this song to you. Not likely, but you know. He's lost his mind. He's lost his mind. Come take over. I have completely pointless info. Well, spread it out, buddy. Let's hear it. My show is completely pointless. It fits right in. Sometimes you gotta have raw power. Woo. That's funky. So what's your completely pointless info? Here, I'll set you up. Great Sky Troll has some completely pointless info. Let's kick back and pay attention to him. If we did the math right, I'll officially be a millionaire. Okay. Sweet. By next fiscal year. That's not completely pointless. That's pretty badass. Congratulations. I got a cousin that's a millionaire. Buy me a trailer. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, ah, 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 ooh, ah, ah. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, bala, wala, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, bala, wala, bing, bang. I'm proud of you, bro. That's pretty sweet. If I did the math right, I'm officially a $10 heir. It's all hard assets that appreciated into it. Hey, I'm a millionaire on paper. That don't mean shit. If you got $1 million cash, that's what matters. That's how you're a millionaire. If you took all of my assets and added them up, you could say I was a millionaire, but I'm not. Nowhere near it. I'll never tell. Could be. I'm still sort of daily broke. Yeah, me too. I mean, I got lots of shit, but that don't mean anything. Most of that's getting left to my kids. That's the only reason I have it. Otherwise, I'd just not have it. Keep your sights on the news, publishing, clearinghouse. 5K a week for life. Yeah, that's not going to happen to anybody like me. Those things are rigged. It's a number on paper, that's right. I have assets, but I don't have any money, honey. I'm a guitar player, so, they don't call us starving artists for nothing. And I inherited most of my assets, so. But the things that I had that are mine that I didn't inherit, I have some pretty valuable things, which is why it gets up there pretty quick. Because I've been very choosy about the things I collect. And I have some choice things, of great value. Like my bike. My bike is worth a lot of money. Like it sits. And if I were to put a little money into it to shine it up a little better, because I ride it, it's a used bike, so it's got scratches and scuffs. And if I were to polish it out and, clean it up, it'd be worth twice as much as it's worth now. And I only paid half as much as it's worth. So that was a good investment. I've got a couple guitar that are, one of them's priceless. One of them you can't replace. If anything ever happens to it, it's gone for good. Because they only made a certain number of them, and the factory that made them burned down. And it's a good name. It's a Gibson. So, but I have other guitars that are high valued that I've collected for the express purpose of having something to leave my children. Because they're not going to do me any good. You could break them apart and build a pine box with them, I reckon. I'll know by August 31st. I got the sign in. They already did pick me. I'm going to keep positive about it. Are you saying you won the publisher's sweepstakes? Well, that's pretty damn sweet. They call me Alice in Wonderland. Ha 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 ha. Like I said, it's mostly just stocks and bonds. I was getting my info up for buying land, and she told me, and I was like, what? Yep. So here's the thing. Be wise. If you have $1 million, this is what you need to do, and I'll give you some, don't listen to me because I don't have any money. But if you were to listen to me because I'm smart, listen to this. If you can muster $1 million in your lifetime, if you get your hands on $1 million cash, put it in a bank in Switzerland and don't touch it for a year, a whole year, 2 years if you can swing it. Don't even look at it. Don't think about it. Don't taste it. Don't lick it. Don't smell it. Just leave it alone and let it accrue interest. Well, the last time I checked, and it's been some time ago, so it's probably different now on the higher side, but 15 years ago when I was in college, 20 years ago, the interest on $1 million was $60,000. So every year, your bank account will make $60,000 just for being in the bank. And you can live comfortably off of $60,000. You can live like Dr. Comfortable on 60 grand a year. So if you can leave it in the bank for over a year and let it draw interest, you can just siphon off the interest and just keep that money in the bank and just take off the interest every year, or as you need it. Just don't go over that number, whatever the number is, whatever the interest rates are now. But look for the highest interest rates, and the last time I checked, Switzerland had the highest interest rates for a bank. There's a couple up north, but you have to know about them. You know what I mean? They're like for millionaires only. But if you can get that information, that's good information to have, and put your money in that bank. That's not unlike what I've done. It's a very smart move if you can do that. I mean, the temptation to spend that $1 million is overwhelming, I know, if you have it. But if you can have it, if you can get your hands on it, and it has to be $1 million, because other than that, every dime it goes down, the interest goes way down, and you ain't hardly making nothing. But if you got over $1 million and you can leave it in the bank for a year, it will draw $60,000 plus every year just in interest, and you can live off of that and never touch the principal million. So you'll always have $1 million in the bank, and you can spend 60 grand a year and never lose any money. That's what I always wanted to do. I just never got to it. You know, I'm working on my second $1 million. I gave up on my first one. Never quite made it, but you know, what dreams may come. I'd just settle for a nice gal that actually loved me. That would be worth more than any money in the world, but I don't see that happening either. Apparently, and the news is, and it's coming from a good source, I'm kind of hard to love. I invested it in companies that pay dividends. 4 years ago, I cleared $75K a year in pay, and we retired. Well, that's pretty smart. I'm proud for you. If you got that kind of money, I want an allowance. Can I have an allowance, Dad? I'm just teasing you. I am proud for you. That's a really smart move. There's so many of us in this family and people that I know that just wasted opportunity after opportunity. And I've seen some people that had some pretty good opportunities too. There's a couple times I've seen a 20 grand here and there. I've had 20 grand here and there, and I wasted it. I blew it instead of being smart. I lived on it, which I thought was smart at the time, but 20 grand only goes about 2 years if you stretch it hard, you know. And that's what I did. But I had kids at the time, and, you know, it didn't seem right for me to blow that money or invest it or whatever. I used it to pay bills and buy food and that sort of thing. And it lasted about 2 years. Wow, cool, Great Sky Troll. And Jake, thanks for the info. If I do, I'll call you up screaming. I'm sure you will. I bet you'll be happy as a tick. I am into cards. I'm just messing with you, brother. I don't need what you got unless you just feel generous, and I'll take that. But I'm happy for you. No, gimme here, you know. I have no problems working for what I get. But if you feel generous and want to be a what do you call it, a benefactor, I'll beneath you. I'll beneath you. Sleeping single in a double bed. That's where I get my. Oh, sorry. Them damn pills. I gotta get my prescription filled. Them pills, them damn pills are gonna lead me to an early grave. Well, I called up my doctor to get me some. Then I went to the pharmacist to get them done. Sitting in my car, I took me some, and I feel so much better now. Yeah, my hands are sweating and my knees are weak. I can't eat, I can't sleep. My skin is crawling like a picked up fleas. Coughing, sneezing, burning up while I'm freezing. I guess I'll take a couple more to get back on my feet. And I do it all over again. Well, I called up my girlfriend at Said she didn't think it was funny, so she called me back again. Sleeping on the couch, she's gone, gone. My baby took it all and she's gone. I guess I have to pull my own bone till I can find my way back in. Cause my hands are sweating and my knees feel weak. I can't eat and I can't sleep. My skin is crawling like a picked up fleas. Coughing, sneezing, burning up while I'm freezing. I guess I'll take a couple more to get back on my feet. And I do it all over again. Them pills, them damn pills. I gotta get my prescription filled. Them pills, them damn pills are gonna lead me to an early grave. Them pills, them damn pills. I gotta get my prescription filled. Them pills, them damn pills are gonna lead me to an early grave. There's a Jake Johnson Band original song. I wrote that. What'd you think? Write what you know, that's what they say. If they get me with the vaccine, I'm gonna come back hard. Might as well if I already got. I'm making a list of streaming services and apps like Trovo, Instagram, Twitter. I'll be the most hated troll on the interwebs. Woohoo. Well, I tell you what, brother. You do what you got to do, and I'll back you 100%. I've already got accounts on all of those except for Trovo. But I've been thinking about putting it out there. My problem is I'm lazy. And it's hard enough for me to put songs out. Sing me a Garth Brooks song. Nothing for the song I wrote. Not even a sounded good. I'll sing you a Garth Brooks song, though. I don't know if you've heard that one before or not, have you? Right. All right, folks. Have you heard that one before? I don't know if I've ever played it on the stream. That's off my Dead Bones album. It's called Them Pills. True story. She said, woohoo, damn. Sorry. I'm gonna put on some cool glasses like this. You want sweet or rock and rollish? Garth Brooksy. You want? Or you want? Tell me what you need. Tell me what you need, baby. His eyes are cold and restless. His wounds have almost healed. She'd give half of Texas to change the way he feels. She knows his love's in Tulsa. She knows he's gonna go. Well, it ain't no woman in flesh and blood. It's that damned old rodeo. All of this is bulls and blood. It's the dust and mud. It's the roar of a Sunday crowd. It's the white and the knuckle, the gold and the buckle. He'll win the next go round. It's boots and chaps, it's cowboy hats, it's the spurs and let it go. It's the ropes and the reins and the joy and the pain, and they call the thing a rodeo. does her best to hold him when his love comes to call. She's knees for it, controls a man, her back's against the wall. And it's so long, girl, I'll see you, and it's time for him to go. Well, your woman wants her cowboy like he wants his rodeo. Oh, well, it's a bulls and blood, it's the dust and mud, it's the roar of a Sunday crowd. It's the white and the knuckle, the gold and the buckle. He'll win the next go round. It's boots and chaps, it's cowboy hats, it's spurs and let it go. It's the ropes and the reins and the joy and the pain, and they call the thing a rodeo. It's the broncs and the blood, it's the steers and the mud, and they call the thing a rodeo. There you go. A little Garth Brooks for you. When we're free to love anyone we choose, when this world's big enough for all different views, when we're all free to worship from our own kind of pews, we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Stand straight, walk proud. We shall be free. I hate that song. Well, I'm shameless when it comes to loving you. I'll do anything you want me to. I'll do anything at all. And I'm standing here for all the world to see. Oh, baby, that's what's left of me. I'll do anything you please. You see, now I'm not a man who's ever been insecure about the world I've been living in. I don't break it easy, I have my pride, but if you need to be satisfied, I'm shameless when it comes to loving you. I'll do anything you want me to. I'll do anything at all. That just gets harder and harder and harder on the old voice. Can't do it like I used to. They called that thing a rodeo. Ram, cow, horse. I kind of fell out of love with Garth Brooks. The last two albums he's done have kind of sucked. Man in the Machine and that other one. The last good song he did was that Lighthouse song for that movie Frequency. On a prayer and a song, reaching out, oh, hanging down against the wind. Better now till we reach song, that's a great song. After that, nothing. He lost it. Whatever made Garth Brooks, he don't have it anymore. He tried. Like, you listen to that new album he's got out, you can hear where he's trying to do the thing he did before, but it don't come across the same way. I think he got too much estrogen in him. Apparently not. He hadn't even spoken in like an hour. Speaking of which, it's time for me to go. I just having too much fun, I guess. It's 10:08. Didn't even realize how late it was. Alright, one more time for the cheap sheets. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be here. Smash that like button. Reach out and touch it. Just pull on it a little bit. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's right in front of you. And while you're down there, just hit the button. Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into the fold. Make them part of the family. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me. Hey, conform with yourself as long as you're thinking with that brain. Critical thought, that's what I want for you. And if you really dig what I'm doing and you'd like to tip the musician or just support the podcast in any way you feel like doing, just go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps. It's a win-win-win. It's a blessing for me. It's a blessing for you too. This is a reciprocal world we live in, and God notices these things. And I greatly appreciate the support, and I thank you for hanging out with me. So leave a comment, press the like button, and subscribe if you dig what's happening. And we'll see you on Friday. Friday's a good day. That's the day we're going to have some fun. And then just stop that music. I have not seen nor heard from my other in a while. Maybe asleep, maybe eating, or just not around his phone. Oh yes, he said his PHI read was needing to change. Maybe that's it. I don't know what that is. PHI read? What is that? Is that a legal thing? I think he probably fell asleep. Either that or he just turned his phone off because he was tired of listening to me cackle. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you Friday, and I'll have some good stuff for you on Friday. If my wascally wabbits come out, I'll film them. I've been watching them. I'm hunting them. I'm hunting those wascally wabbits. Shh, be very quiet. I'm hunting a wabbit, and I'm going to get him, and I'm going to shoot him with my 35mm camera. And then I'm going to show you guys how pretty my rabbits are. You're welcome, Great Sky Troll, and thank you for hanging out with me and being the first to press that like button. I love you guys with all my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. Don't do anything I would do, and if you do, make sure you name it after me so I get a little bit in there. Phone? No, my mistyping. I read it well. You didn't mistype. And I know all about crazy phones. My phone won't even let me answer it. Doesn't give me an answer button till after the phone call's already stopped ringing, and then it'll say, would you like to answer this call? No, asshole. I would like to have answered it while there was somebody on the other line. I'll just call them back. So anyway, I'm getting a new phone next month. One way or another. It's just like pissing money away. I don't even know why I even bother. Anyway, so you guys can keep up with me, that's why. I'm out of here. I'm going to watch some Tucker Carlson and pass out because I got to work in the morning. I love you. Thank you for hanging, April. Thanks for coming in, even though you're late. I know you love me. That's a fantastic phone. I want one. One you can't answer. Yeah. It's a piece of junk is what it is. It won't take a SD card. It's got a slot for one. It just won't read it. And it won't let me answer the phone. And I can't get text from anybody that has an iPhone. I send them texts and they get them, but they can't send me texts. And I don't think they can call me either. I can call them, though. It's weird. It's a piece of shit. I might have to get an iPhone, I guess. Guess I'm about to save up and get one. No, he texted me when he said Jake's on. Lol. Love you true, my fam. I love you true, my fam. You take care. And I enjoyed looking at those pictures. I'm going to post them on Friday. So, again, if anybody wants to send pictures, send to jakejohnsonband@gmail.com. That's jakejohnsonband@gmail.com. And I'll post your pictures with the rest of them that I'm going to post on Friday. So, do that. Good seeing you. And I'll see you. I don't blame you. You don't blame me for what? Why would you blame me? What did I do? Did I do something wrong? I'll leave you with a song. Baby, when I think about you, think about love. And darling, can't live without you. And your love. If I had rose garden dreams of my yesterday, I would wrap you in the heaven of satisfying always. 'Cause I feel like making, feel like making love, feel like making love. Yeah, I feel like making love, feel like making love to you. And if I had rose garden dreams in love, my nose is itching. I would wrap you in the heaven. What don't you blame me for? Satisfying always. 'Cause I feel like making, yeah, I feel like making love, and I feel like making love, and I feel like making love, and I feel like making love to you. Alright guys, I've had enough. I'll see you on Friday. Thanks for watching.